and we're not being greedy. We're not being greedy. We're not trying to control.
Yeah, not being greedy because y'all must be good elsewhere. So that's what I'm trying to get to the meat and potatoes.
Sure.
Hey, listen, so $6 a month. Let's get a round estimate on how many overall subscribers.
Look, this is the whole interview. Look, this is how it starts and ends. How many subscribers do you have?
No. Well,
Everything else we talking about.
This part. I'm gonna get to the morals part. I'm gonna end with the morals part. I gotta grill you on a few things.
I can't tell. I'm gonna ask you, how many subscribers do you think we have?
Jesus Christ, how many ratchets are in America? Y'all got the whole market.
How many subscribers? How many subscribers do you think we have? And I'll get you a.
Okay.
Good, all right. Maybe that's a good guess.
I believe that you guys have cracked concurrently the 10 million mark. I think that's huge.
I appreciate that. That's a good.
I think that's huge.
That's a good guess.
That's huge.
That's a great
now,
guess.
after 10, if I had to give it a limit, anything beyond 20 to 25, then we're like, yeah, you motherfuckers doing some shit. Right? But I'm giving y'all 10 to 25. I'm really giving y'all, if you ask me just personally, a float number between any month between 14 and 18.
14 and 18 what?
Million subscribers.
Okay.
A month. Which I think is a lot. Yeah. Completely a lot.
How much is that a month?
Well,
you wanted to know how much money? I'm not saying that's it. Do the math. How much is that?
Well, 10 million would be.
So 10 million times 6
would be 60 million, right? 20 million would be.
So 60 million a month is on the low end what you project we make a month. And then how much is that? How much is that a year?
So 60 million times
12,
72 million. Oh no, 720 million, right? By the way, on the high end, which would be double that at least, it would be over $1 billion, clearly, 1.5 billion. I think you guys do that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a good guess.
Now,
I said I'm going to just say it's a good guess or not. I'm not confirming anything. No,
you don't have to confirm, but you can at least say at or way off.
I think I appreciate the guess. It's a great guess. Thank you.
Every ratchet I know subscribes to y'all shit. And you know what the crazy thing is? Like, all the ratchets hate each other. They don't even do like Netflix. They don't even password share. Like, they all just subscribe individually. Right. They don't even password share. Like on Netflix, niggas is calling, yo, who got Netflix? With Zeus is like, all these ratchets hate each other, so everybody just be like, yo. They don't
now, why do you, now when you see Zeus, what do you see? Like, you see what? Like, when you see, I don't know if you ever go to Zeus or my page or talents, like, how do you, what does it look like?
I've only seen it when women who I've been with, or like my ex, like, she's, oh my God, she loves it. All I see is ratchetivity, bro.
Okay.
And I do see, it looks like great programming, but it just looks like it's one type of content.
Yeah.
It's one type of content, appealing and super serving. That's what you guys are great at. Like, I think once you realize King Bach and them niggas ain't pulling a fucking audience, they're like, listen, let's focus on black women, what they're into, the different facets of them, young black women, them going through life. And I think y'all did a great job. I'm so glad Jocelyn landed on her feet, because Jocelyn was always a reality TV fucking icon.
Yeah.
Right? And y'all developed and also captivated great social media personalities, turned them to reality stars, Krishan, right? And then people like Natalie, I think Natalie's just a genius. So I think y'all are super serving that. And honestly, if you ask me, I think explain the Floyd Mayweather thing. He's a partner of Zeus. He owns some shit. Stop the cap.
No, we don't. I don't. Like I said, no, he doesn't. He doesn't. He's not a equity partner in Zeus, but he's a great
fighting associated with Zeus.
Well, Floyd is a great. We have a partnership with his projects, and so we've distributed his last 2 exhibitions. The first one in London, and then the second one in Miami with Gotti. The first one with Aaron Chalmers, and the other one with Gotti.
He talks about money all the time. You can't be quiet about the nigga who talks about money all the time. Like, the nigga talk about money all the time.
Let me call Floyd real quick. Actually, he called me. They called me in this meeting. But yeah, no.
Floyd, over under $20 million.
Floyd, first of all, Floyd is doing really well. I think
Over under 10. I know Floyd ain't fighting for less than $10 million.
Listen, Floyd is doing really well. We've
I thought
we've paid we've paid Floyd. I feel like we paid him a good amount for the fights, and he's done a great job. He's like, you know, to be in business and to be in a partnership with him and his team is great. And
at least over 10. I'm gonna tell you why, because I was listening to a podcast. I was actually listening to Brilliant Idiots. I was listening to Charlemagne talk about Zeus. Did you ever heard that conversation?
Nah, I didn't hear.
So he talked about Zeus on Brilliant Idiots with my man Andrew Schultz, and it was a very interesting conversation. I've always, this is after
We got to pull that up.
No, really, like it was so, because he was confused by not only Zeus, but he was confused by even why Floyd would be even associated with Zeus, and the consensus came up like, no, well, Floyd has to own a part of it, and these exhibition fights are to help push Zeus. But also, you know, me and him fall on the same.
We bring value to each other. We're hot right now. We're the hottest network. We're outperforming every other network. We're outperforming VH1. We're outperforming BET. We're outperforming.
Yeah, but when you're talking about
we're outperforming MTV.
we're talking about
Listen,
HBO
if you're the
Showtime.
hottest network, why wouldn't you want to be associated with the hottest network?
Are y'all outperforming Viacom?
I didn't say Viacom. I said
no. Viacom products.
We're outperforming. We trend every week. Our viewership is way more than what they put out their numbers. They put out their numbers every week, every day. You can see, you can go online right now and you can listen. You can go online right now.
I know.
Right now. And you can Google their viewership. Okay?
Your numbers beat it.
You know our numbers. You know who we compete with? Who? The NBA playoffs. The NFL playoffs.
That's fucking cap.
Am I lying?
No, I'm not saying because
I'm saying like, so if we announced our viewership, how many people pay to watch our content? I'm just telling you, they pay and then they watch. Like it's crazy. We trend every week on Twitter, whatever show we put out. We chart in the app store.
Millions of households.
Listen, we chart
if you're competing
millions.
With the NBA
We chart every week in the app store at a high level. So we know
the network is hot, but what about
the viewership? So it's subscriptions, is charting, is trending, and it's the viewership. So we're like outperforming them in every aspect.
Okay,
you can go right now on TikTok. You can go to a show right now. The shows have billions of the shows have billions of TikToks. Okay, billions of TikToks. One show. You go to one V8 Love and Hip Hop. They're not even at 1 billion. You go to the networks, VH1, BET. They're not even at 1 billion.
Well, that's
Zeus,
earned media though. Still,
but that's what I mean, that shows, all of it is showing you. Right?
But what's that conversion rate as we talk about?
Yeah, I'm just telling you. So I'm telling you what our viewership. If I showed you our viewership, the views, one thing.
The last episode of Krishan and Blueface
millions of views.
That showed Blueface. He was sparring with Floyd, right? Floyd again. Okay, cool. How many paid viewers?
Millions.
There's millions. You're saying it's millions.
Millions.
Really?
Really.
Who has reached out to try to buy you guys? I'm being honest. Viacom is trying to make a play.
We're chilling. We're doing our thing, man.
Has any other streaming service tried to acquire?
We have a couple people reach out, but you know, we've been focused. We just been so focused, man, on growing and building our company. Like we haven't even. If they might have reached out, via email. I'm not even
exit point.
Yeah, I mean, but you got to realize there's a couple options. Obviously you can sell a company, you can find an investor. Again, we launched with Zeus with no independent. We launched it, black owned. Like I created it, founded it, CEO, invested in it myself. So my thing is that mentality stays with me, and so when I'm seeing the success, profit, all the different things that we're experiencing with the success, it's like, yeah, we can definitely explore those options as far as investment opportunities, which I'm open to. And we talk about it often, but also at the same time, we're doing very well. So it's for me, it's not just, you got to realize, right? infusion of cash is great. It could potentially help, but that's not that doesn't. Quibi raised billions of dollars. They raised billions of dollars and it had some of the biggest stars on the platform, and they folded and shut down within 6 months. Right? They didn't have a hit. Nobody really cared. It's not even just appealing to the red. I mean, Netflix doesn't just appeal to the red. They're global. But either way, it's like, Quibi, they failed when they launched. A few months after they launched, they shut down. It's public information. And they had billions of dollars to play with. So it's not just about the money. It's not like, all right, hey, I got X amount of billions of dollars in the account. I can do it. It requires so many other variables and components. So you got to hire the right people. I got to find the right stars. You're
a genius at it.
But I am. But and my team is too. It's not just me. I'm a genius, but I have a great team of geniuses.
What about BT? When we heard the news that Tyler Perry tried to buy him for $2 billion, apparently there was a higher bid that was closer to $3 billion. If I'm thinking about the cash flow that you guys are bringing in, I feel like you guys are bringing a shit ton of cash flow, maybe even close to $1 billion even per year, right? When you see something like that, that's clearly linear. Is that piquing your interest? Like, let me get in on this, or shit, maybe there's a version of Zeus that, of course, your primary business is still in the streaming era, but like you could still have now a network that no matter what, it's like the old wagon, but you're always gonna have those advertisers.
I would say this is my response to it. Look, we all grew up in watching traditional linear television.
Comic View coming back.
Appointment TV.
It is.
But we all grew up watching appointment TV.
Appointment TV, I like that.
So for me, it's like that model is dying. We know that. We know it's fading. It's with anything, right? With any business fading. However, what's keeping them alive, right? And why it's still a thing is because the cable and satellite providers. Right. So although they're not getting as many views, right, cable and satellite still have people subscribing to these bundle deals, internet and cable or satellite. So when you pay that $147 a month, even though you got a cable box, you're still paying them every month. So they're able to still pay the networks. You know what I mean? And so the advertising fees may decrease, but they're still making some money. So they're getting paid two ways. The cable networks, they're getting paid primarily through the cable and satellite providers. So they get a check every month from Comcast, DirecTV, from Dish Network, and all these other cable and satellite providers that carry them. Okay? So to carry a network, you have to pay them to carry. So Revolt right now, you may not watch Revolt. You may not watch certain networks. You may watch Revolt.
Get a check?
They still get a check. They still get a check from cable and satellite providers. That's why, now, that's how they're able to operate, right? You may not watch MTV. You may not watch BT like that based on appointment TV, but they still get a check from the cable and satellite providers. So Comcast still cuts them a check. You do the math. Netflix only charges $13 a month, and they say that they make a couple billion a month. So how much do you think Comcast is making a month? If they have 30 million plus customers that pay $150 a month, how much do you think they make a month? Man,
if Comcast watch you so much, I didn't even pocket watch them.
Yeah. He pocket watching the wrong person. So if Comcast is public information, it's all public. Comcast has over 30 million customers. Comcast, they're a cable provider. They allow you to have access to internet and all these channels, whether you watch them or not. Right?
Their overhead but that's less profitable because their overheads is just like for example, let's say Disney wants to get rid of ESPN. One of the reasons why is that ESPN is locked into these. But
Disney is still getting paid from Comcast. Comcast pays Disney.
No, you're right. But what I'm saying is that profit margin, your profit margins is literally your production budget. Well, and I guess you could market or whatever, but most of that's we
don't do that anymore. Like I said, we're not doing the margins situation with Zeus. We're in-house. So all of our content is produced in-house. We don't hire third-party companies to produce our shows. Yeah. Everything's originals. All of our content.
But that's what I was saying. The margins for profits are just way more because you don't have to deal with all these type of things. All right. So BET, what would you think? Did you even try to buy it? No, you wouldn't care.
I mean, I definitely thought about like, all right, what would that look like if we acquire BET? You know, that's a big property. They're a big brand. I mean, a lot of history there. You know, they have a lot of assets. I would think, you know, as far as content, old content, well, how valuable it is or not, I mean, that's hard to determine. But I would say that, you know, the current model, people aren't really watching a lot of their shows. They're not really watching traditional linear television in general, just across the board with every network. So everybody's getting impacted by that. And then, you know, so that, you know, the more viewership decreases, the lower the budgets get. So they're not able to produce high quality, you know, production, high quality productions or shows. So they can't spend as much money. So now the quality of the production is lower, or they can't invest in as much content.
Or it's like MTV, they keep playing Ridiculousness 50 times a day. Like, how many times Wild 'N Out gonna come on? Like, God damn it.
Yeah, and we've been actually talking to Nick about a few projects.
Oh, my God.
It's a lot of people, like I said, are reaching out and looking to work with us, and, you know, I'd be honored to make something happen with him. You know, he's great. He's a legend. He's been doing some incredible things.
Mogul as well.
A mogul, 100% a mogul. So we've been talking, so it's been great, the conversations that we've had with Nick. But I would say that, look, the game has changed. It's continuing to change. Again, it's all about convenience, choice, and control, and that's the day and age we live in. We're now competing against, you know, social media. That's the first way people watch content. They go online, they go and watch Instagram and clips or pictures and videos on there for hours out of the day. Mm-hmm. Then they may go to watch some type of VOD service or platform, whether it's AVOD, SVOD, TVOD, and within that, whether it's Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, whatever. And then they may go and watch, you know, traditional linear television. And then from there, it's like, all right, movies, maybe I might go to the movies. So
I don't even watch award shows no more on linear is watched. The only thing I watch on that shit is Super Bowl or NBA playoffs. Hey, okay, great. All right, I might circle around back to the business because we got to figure out this motherfucker's. Actually, what's your net worth? What do you think? I say you got to be a billionaire on paper. You might not have that liquid, but the company's $1 billion company. So if you own everything and King Block ain't getting 50%, right? Like if you sell it, you're a billionaire, essentially. That's why you got like 20 security guards, right?
Well, I do the same thing.
I
have security because I'm very boots on the ground. I am a public figure. Why do
you like leave your office? Like you could have been
because
just
I like
smoking a cigar, just like,
you know, I don't. That's not me. I like production. I like being boots on the ground. I'm not micro. I'm not sitting there trying to tell people how to do that. Like they're shooting right now. While I'm sitting here with you, they shoot the whole show. They're in production right now. So, you know, we sometimes have multiple productions going at the same time. So it's just for me, you know, I like production. I'm still creative. I'm still young. You know,
how do we avoid my question? Are you a billionaire or not?
No, like, you asked. Look, he got.
Bro, let's stick on the question. Are you a billionaire, bro?
Listen.
What would you say? What would you say to that question?
I would say yes. Sure. Yep. Call me a billionaire.
No, but you know, like.
Can I say I'm a billionaire?
In the technical, that network talk. No, you're a billionaire.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's that number for you to sell? And then after that, I got some moral questions for you. Then
I don't know. I haven't thought about that. I don't know what I would want to sell Zeus for. If somebody came with a real check and a real offer,
$5 million. Bill. No, I'm saying $5 million. Nigga almost faded. Nigga said, nigga, I just spent that like in the last approving shoes for September.
shoes for
$5 million. $5 billion, you stay with the company for the next 4 years.
Yeah, I might, sure. I would sell the company for $5 billion. No, I'm just joking. I don't know.
You're entertaining. Okay.
I'll entertain. I'll have the conversations. Okay. I'll talk to my team. I'll talk to my advisors. I'll talk to my, my lawyers and get everybody's feedback and thoughts, and then I'll make an educated decision.
Perfect.
Because there's ways to sell and still be involved.
Yeah, I just seen P from QC today. They sell it for $300 million. They still over here trying to get rappers signed. Hey,
but that's part of it.